Panthers! I'm excited to see you this morning. All right, we're going to be working on some new ideas today, and we've practiced 10 friends. In fact, let me get our anchor chart so that we can look at that really fast again. I should have brought that over right away. So last week, mathematicians, we worked really hard on making sure that we knew our 10 friends, and this is what it looked like. We made a 10 friends rainbow. And we talked about how all these facts are related, like on a 10 frame. So 0 plus 10 equals 10, of course. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 2 plus 8 equals 10. That one's tricky to see. 3 plus 7 equals 10. 4 plus 6 equals 10. And of course, 5 plus 5. And then we talked about all these facts down here and how we can make sure that they equal 10, even if we flip the numbers. Look. 0 is listed first here, but then when we move over here, same numbers, but they're flipped. And there's a special word we're going to learn today for that. So that was our review first. And our review was our 10 friends. And we practiced that with our 10 frames, of course. And we practiced that, of course, with, whoops, there we go. We practiced that also when we were making our rainbow. And it helps us gain fact fluency. It helps us learn those facts and store them in our brains so that we're ready to be even better mathematicians. So are you ready to start with me and be an even better mathematician? I'm excited to work with you. Here we go. All right, today we're going to learn a big, juicy word, and it's going to grow our brains. I'm going to write it up here on our anchor chart. It's a really big word, so get ready. Can you see that okay? Yeah. Holy cow, that is a big word. Let me scooch it closer. That is the word commutative. Now, shh, don't tell first grade teachers that I'm teaching you first grade stuff. Commutative, can you say that with me? Commutative, commutative. That means they can numbers can switch spots. Just like friends communicate or talk back and forth, numbers sometimes can move back and forth and the answer stays the same. When we add, if I add 3 plus, we have to do things a little differently at home and sometimes it doesn't quite work. There we go. If we add 3 plus 2 and we put them together, it equals 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that was 3 plus 2. Now watch what happens. If I switch spots, did I change my numbers? You're right, I didn't. What did I do? I moved where they are. Now, because I did have it like this, right? 3 plus 2. Now I have 2 plus 3. Let's put them together and see if it still equals the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did we change the number? Did we change the whole? No way. Same thing. So that's what this means. Commutative means when we're adding, numbers can change spots and the answer is the same. So let's give an example. Let's put that up here to help us out a little bit. So we're going to write 2 plus 3. And what did that equal, mathematicians? It equaled 5. Nice work. Oh, this isn't dark enough, is it? I'll just have to trace over it a little bit. See that better? Yeah. Okay, now let's try it the other way. And it also means, remember, that 3 plus 2, because look at how I had those numbers change spots, equals 5. Now, here's the awesome thing about this, mathematicians. When you learn one fact, you actually learn two when we're talking about addition, because we know that the numbers trade spots. So if you know 2 plus 3, then you can flip them, and you also know 3 plus 2, and that's called commutative. Can you say that word with me again? Commutative. Nice work. And that means numbers can trade spots when we're adding, and your answer stays the same. I notice this word is hard for you to see. Let me try and shut this window and see if that works. We have a lot of light coming in. Does that make it a little bit better? A little bit. Okay. I don't know why that's kind of blurry. I'm sorry about that. All right, now let's try another. We're going to look at another idea right now. I'm going to try a different marker, and then we'll see if we can make this a little bit darker. Another idea. This is all when we are adding, okay? All when we are adding. So I put a plus sign up there to help us remember. This is our first idea today. Our next idea is going to be when we add zero, when we add zero. And we have a saying that helps us remember this. Adding zero is so easy, mathematicians. Watch this. 8 plus 0 equals 8. When we add 0 to a number, the number stays the same. Say it with me. Add 0 to a number, and the number stays the same. Look, I added 0 to 8, and the number stayed the same. If I start with 0, and I add, let's try 6, my number stays the same. Let's try it with some manipulatives. We're going to use our markers right here. And I'm going to start with 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness, there, now you can see them. I have 8 markers. If I have 8 and I add 0, so I put 0 with them, how many do I have? 8. What if I start with 0, okay, and I add 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0 and 6. If I put them together, what do I have? 6. Add 0 to a number, and the number stays the same. Will you say it with me? Add 0 to a number, and the number stays the same. Oh, mathematician, you are rocking it. I'm so proud of you. Last idea for today. All of this is addition, and this is going to be when we add 1. When we add 1. And that is so easy too. You're going to be like, oh my goodness, I know exactly what to do. It looks like this. 9 plus 1 equals, I'm going to give you a clue. What's the number after 9 when we count? 10. That's all you do when you add 1. Let's try another one. Let's try 4 plus 1. What's the number after 4 when you count? 5. Nice work, mathematicians. When you add 1, you count up. When you add 1, you count up. That's it. Piece of cake. So if you're adding 7 plus 1, what's 1 after 7? 8. What if you start with 24? What's the number after 24? This is a challenge. So when we say 24, we say 24, 20. 25. Oh my goodness, you just added 24 plus 1. So let's review before we get to work. We talked about commutative, and that means numbers can switch spots when we're adding, right? So our example was 2 plus 3 equals 5. And then we can change them around, and 3 plus 2 also equals 5. Now remember, that doesn't work when we're subtracting, just when we're adding. That's why we put that little plus sign up there. When we add 0 to a number, and the number stays the same. So we can add any number with 0. And then when we add 1, all we have to do is count up. We count up one number. Mathematicians, you are going to rock this. I have 2 things for you to work on. They're going to be attached on the next slide. So one of them is helping you add with 0, and one of them is helping you add with 1. So you can practice with your family. If you don't want to print them, you can just do it on a piece of paper, or you can have your family make up problems for you to practice on your own. I love you all. I'm so proud of you all. And you are knocking my socks off as mathematicians. Bye-bye, Panthers.